Yo, this is gonna be a quick video, but this was just an insane, insane timeline for me. Like, if you guys remember Afroman, I know you definitely do. I can't play music due to copyrights, but I'll sing along while I show a bit of the video. Because I got high, ooh, I was supposed to go and walk my dog, but then I got high, ooh, I was supposed to go to the mall, but then I got high. If you guys remember that from back in the day, I'm sure many of you guys wasn't even thought of yet. You might have not even been in a nutsack when that shit dropped. But that same dude, Afroman, that a lot of your parents probably grew up listening to and getting high to, dealt with a situation back in 2022 where there was claims against him and his house actually got raided by the police, alleging kidnapping and drugs.
The rapper known as Afroman is celebrating after a jury sided with him in a lawsuit brought by sheriff's deputies in Ohio, who claimed he was wrong to mock them in music videos.
We did it, America! Yeah, we did it! Freedom of speech! Right on!
The dispute dates back to 2022 when deputies raided his house as part of a drug case. No charges were filed, but Afroman, whose real name is Joseph Foreman, protested, saying the deputies damaged his home.
Mama's lemon pound cake.
He then made a music video using home surveillance footage of the raid. The deputies sued, accusing Foreman of using their likeness without permission.
It made the sheriff wanna put down his gun and cut him a slice. Of what?
The deputies say Foreman's insults in the video caused them mental distress and led to harassment and death threats. They demanded millions of dollars in damages.
He said it like they were facts. The tears, the agony from some of these witnesses, don't forget that.
But Foreman's lawyers argued the deputies are public figures subject to public scrutiny, calling this a case of free speech and saying this about his client.
Look at that suit. Does this look like a man who thinks that everybody's going to assume that everything he's saying is fact? This is a reasonable person in the eyes of the community is going to say, it's a song. It's a joke.
After hours of deliberations, the jury finding in favor of Foreman.
This suit stands for the freedom of speech and the American dream.
He thanked all the people who stood out in the
directly after that verdict.
I didn't win, America won. America still has freedom of speech. It's still for the people, by the people.
Afroman becoming emotional there as he says this fight was bigger than him. It was about free speech and what he describes as corruption in this sheriff's department. I spoke to one supporter who came all the way from Dallas. I have more on that and more reaction from the rapper tonight at 11. In Adams County, Jay Shakur, WCPO 9 News.
The house was raided. As many of you guys probably saw and know, nothing was found in the crib. Nothing was found in the crib. Afroman was not arrested. Nothing further came from it of what I remember.
Took like some roaches and a vape pen and a jar of CBD. I think they thought I had like hundreds and thousands of pounds or something like that. I really don't, they didn't have to run up my driveway with AR-15s and all kind of assault weapons. I would have gladly just given that to them. So I don't know what's behind, destroying all my, just for those few things, they could have just asked me for that. They said they want me to come down and make a statement. I need a lawyer. I don't know why they came here like this. So it's like, if Ben Crump, if you're listening, I'm trying to get a hold to you. I don't know what's going on.
But Afroman had cameras in his house. And when his house got raided, he showed the officers that actually raided his house. Not only did he show the officers that raided his house, he dropped a song of what actually happened. That's how a lot of people found out what was going on, and we saw the footages of inside his house. And that shit went super viral. Super viral to the point that the police officers that weren't involved with the situation were super tight. So mad about it that they actually ended up suing Afroman. Invasion of privacy, shout out to Cardi B, emotional distress, and using likeness for a song. Which I'm thinking what they thought they was gonna get chicken out of this? Like what they thought they was really gonna get bread from this? Or they were just trying to get Afroman in anything that they could because they didn't want the rapper to have the last laugh. Afroman was a tweaker when Shorty ran on stage that day. I ain't even gonna lie to you. When Shorty ran on stage and Afroman heard in his head, "Finish her," I already knew he was a tweaker. I already knew he was a tweaker. But he was such a tweaker that after being sued, he responds again with a diss track. This nigga doubles down, starts saying Shorty's voice is deep as hell, a whole bunch of things about it, and we start seeing her crying during the trial. Like during the actual trial, she's crying about her voice and everything and the disses that he was saying on the song about her. The other officers were also mad because he was talking about smacking wives and all that. I'm like, yo, this man is going crazy. This nigga's tripling down. This is the definition of tripling down.
You really don't know her. I noticed her voice is a few octaves lower. She's not too ugly. She's not too fine, but she might whip out something that's bigger than mine. Lisa. What I'm gonna do, y'all keep on laughing, she's gonna eat your wife's pussy. I did a show one night, and this girl said, "Hey, Afroman, I want to give you some pussy."
That I have to be emotional because your client lies. I've had a deep voice in my entire life. I did not wake up one morning and beg God to have a deep voice, all right? I have not had a sex change. I do not have a penis. I shouldn't have to prove I don't have a penis. Or that I have to be emotional because your client lies. I've had a deep voice in my entire life. I did not wake up one morning.
And if you want to add spice and quadruple down, show up with your afro picked out in an American flag suit. Nah, that's crazy. Where'd you even get that at? That shit was so tacky and fly at the same time that it's like, where'd you even get that at? That shit looked like a Supreme fall winter week 32. Like, where did you get that from?
Freedom of speech. I should be allowed to sing about my life. And police officers that violate my home, steal my money, should not be allowed to sue me.
In August of 2022, Adams County deputies raided the home of Joseph Foreman, better known as the rapper Afroman. They had a search warrant tied to an investigation into possible drugs and kidnapping victims.
They didn't charge me for any crimes. They didn't find no large amounts of marijuana or whatever narcotic they were saying. They didn't find any kidnapping victims.
Afroman was never charged with a crime after the raid. Deputies seized thousands of dollars in cash that was later returned, but Afroman says about $400 was never recovered. The raid also left damage throughout his home, and he says the department told him it was not responsible for paying for the repairs.
The guy started laughing and waddling his head. He goes, "We're not required to do that." And they were unapologetic.
Afroman used his own security footage from the raids in a music video to make money to pay for the damages sustained to his home.
I got freedom of speech, and then I used my personal life to write my music. I was gonna clean my room, but then I got hot. Will you help me repair my gate? Will you help me repair my door? I'm singing about what actually happened to me.
Deputies who appear in the video are now suing the rapper for the damages caused by their faces being in the videos.
Hey, we raid your house, we steal your money, we disconnect your cameras. Now we need to sue you for saying something about it.
Afroman filed a countersuit for the damages to his home, and Judge Jonathan Hines dismissed those charges in February.
They dismissed all of my claims with the click of a mouse in some little office somewhere without a hearing.
Afroman believes this lawsuit violates his free speech rights as an American and as a working artist in the United States.
As a working rapper that raps for a living and pays taxes to America with rap money, I need raw materials. Raw materials is my life experience.
They did, searching your house, gave you the right to do everything you
Under
did.
the circumstance that I got freedom of speech, after they run around my house with guns and kick down my door, I got the right to kick a can in my backyard, use my freedom of speech, turn my bad times into a good time. Yes, I do. And I think I'm a sport for doing so, because I don't go to their house, kick down their doors, flip them off on their surveillance cameras, then try to play the victim and sue them.
You were at Lisa Phillips's deposition, correct?
Yes, sir.
In your lawyer's office.
Yes, sir.
Same office where you filmed part of that video last Friday.
Yes, sir.
And you saw how upset she was when she was answering your lawyer's questions about how this had affected her, right?
Yes, yes,
And you saw your attorney say, do we need to take a break?
yes,
And you saw her say, no, let's go on and get this over with.
yes, sir.
You saw all that.
Yes.
You knew she was upset.
Just like she knew I was upset when she was standing in front of my kids with an AR-15 with her hand around the trigger ready to shoot me. Just like she knew I was upset when she cut my cameras. But I'm not a person, she is. So I'm sorry for being a victim. Let's talk about the predators.
Okay. So you saw all that. You saw how upset she was. You heard the testimony about her children. You heard the testimony at the depositions about Randy Newland's daughter who came home upset. You heard all that. But you're still posting stuff about
Yeah,
it.
because I understand it was Randy's fault and all of their fault for coming in my house in the first place. So if they hadn't came to my house, their children wouldn't be saying nothing. None of this would be going home if they did their research and did things right. So all of this is their fault. And now they want to sue me for their mistake.
Is there anything that could change your mind about what you're doing to these deputies?
Is there anything that can change my mind about the fact that they shouldn't have been at my house in the first place? Is there anything that can change my mind about how my money shouldn't have been touched in the first place? No.
That's all the questions I have. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're claiming that is the defamation statement is that he said he had sex with your wife.
Yes.
Okay. And that's painted you in a false light.
It's caused tremendous pain in my life.
I'll get to that. We have to go through false light first. So does it paint you in a false light?
Yes, that my wife is cheating on me with Mr. Foreman.
But we all know that's not true, correct?
I don't know.
So you're claiming that is... Wait, you don't know if your wife's cheating on you or not?
You want to go there?
No, I just want to ask that question because you said we don't know. I just
Been
need
with
the
that
answer.
woman since middle school.
I know.
I would hope she wouldn't. But you know what? Once somebody puts it out there for their fun and entertainment, it's out there. And it's a problem.
So it's something we cannot verify the truth of? Is it a thing that can be verified, true or false?
Ask your client.
That's why I love this life and I
And what's crazy is at the end of all this, and as much as Afroman tweaked out, bro, he was found not guilty. He was found not guilty. You wanna know why he was found not guilty? Freedom of speech. He fault with freedom of speech, which a lot of artists, when they use lyrics and shit against them, I always think about stuff like that. Like, why is freedom of speech not always used? Again, it worked this time, but it didn't work in the C murder case. And if you guys don't know about Master P's brother, that's a whole nother topic. Look into that. That's a topic that's still being fought to this day. If you guys want to hear more about that ever, let me know down below in the comment section. If not, do your own research. But they used a lot of C Murder's lyrics against him, and that's always been a staple in this, of why your lyrics should not be used against you.
Circumstances, the jury finds in favor of the defendant. No plaintiff verdict prevailed. So the matter will be concluded with defense verdicts. Thank you, Mr. Klingler. Thank you, Mr. Osborne. Thank you to the court staff and the Sheriff's Department for security in the building. And we'll go ahead and stand in adjournment. Thank you. You're welcome.
Yeah! We did it, America! Yeah! We did it! Freedom of speech! Right on! Right on! Yeah! God bless America! Yeah! Power to the people! Yeah! 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 Yeah!
And the internet is doing what the internet does. The internet is saying, basically, they just didn't take any accountability of those officers. They try to do crocodile tears and do all this, like we were gonna feel bad for them. And look at them now. Now you're getting roasted on the internet twice. Not only in a music video, 3 times. Not in a music video, the diss track, and now the internet is violating. I haven't seen Afroman so much in my life since MTV Jams when I was a kid. But Afroman fought, and Afroman won. Sub to the channel, guys. Comment down below if I see any updates from this case, which I think this is all settled now. It's all dead. But if I see anything else or any funny ass memes, I will put them here because, yo, the internet has been having me rolling about this topic. And it shows you, freedom of speech sometimes can set you free. Sub up, sub up. Do not forget we're on that road to 22,000 subscribers.